July 31st, the Yankees have swept the Phillies. They have won 5 games in a row. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD in the corner. The Yankees are on a bit of a heater. Let me tell you some numbers. 7, 11, 8, 14, 7, 6. Those are how many runs they've scored in their last 6 games. Offense is rolling. We have some funny new faces. We have some odd injuries. We've got some fun things to discuss, Jake.
James, Davis, everyone tuning in. How do you like that? A little trade deadline, little 5-game win streak. And it feels like the tide is high and we're holding on. 20 games above 500, a half game back of the Orioles. So, feels good, man. I mean, those wins in Boston feel even bigger. We caught the Phillies at the right time as well. Jazz Chisholm is on a 100 home run pace.
Yeah.
So,
Per your math.
couple things are working out. Mark Leiter is your new religion. Like, things are adding up here.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
That was
Well,
you talking on a dock.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
if the boat comes in the morning.
Yeah.
Hi. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, low tide yesterday.
Things are
Yeah.
still worrisome. Like some of the problems have gone away.
Right.
Some of the problems are becoming positives or have presented themselves. And then there's some things where you're like, that's still happening, huh? Yeah. Is that going to kill us or can we live without that? And we'll talk about all of that and recap
Okay.
the 3 games.
Give him some more. What else?
I
I like
Jake,
when you really lay it out.
I actually do too.
I know you do.
Most good podcasts do that, and I feel like we should more, but I always forget. Pre-game show, I was all over it. On this show, if it's your first episode of Talking Base, we will recap the 3 games that happened in Philadelphia. Jake will burn them, giving you a comedic run-through of the events of the game. Then we will discuss any of the lineup choices, the managerial decisions, kind of the games as a whole, not the individual performances, because the later half of the episode is where we discuss individual performances. We give out Pride of the Yankees, Yankee MFer, and regular old awards. And then odds and ends.
I do like, and I mean,
We do grounds creeping, too.
it's the last people you're supposed to exile. You're like, your hardest core fans. I have 1 or 2 hardcore fans being like, they don't need to say that every episode.
Yeah.
They've done this for 1,000 episodes.
But someone's listening for the first time.
And if it's you,
Her name's
prescribe.
Jenny. She's in the
Jenny.
passenger seat.
Tell
Her husband's
me.
name is Mark.
Do you
She's
still
pissed.
walk?
Almost 1,100 episodes.
Ooh. Barracuda. You want to hear the grounds creeping?
Someone lied to me
Who lied to you?
and made me mad.
Who?
I got a DM from someone
Direct message.
who said, and I get this a lot, which is kind of fun. I think people think it's an easy way to reach out. The problem is I have no answer. Someone was like, hey, I'm a big fan. I'm coming to the city for the first time. Where should I go? I was like, I got nothing for
Statue of Liberty's cool.
Yeah. Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty, slice of pie, Subway. And in there, no. And I was like, I'm not going to respond to this because I can't be helpful. And they're like, I've listened from so long. I've listened since I was 12 and now I'm 21.
No way.
And I was like, I did the math on it. And I was like, that doesn't add up.
It's 9 years.
9. But it's oddly, I mean, someone has been listening for 7 now.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you very much.
So someone could have gone 14 to 21, which still would have hit that same emotional chord. But then I was like, you're a liar, and I don't know where to go in New York, so you're out. Block them.
Well, I always say Greenwich Village, because you got
Greavy.
You got John's of Bleecker there for good pizza, and I just love that area. It's more of a quaint New York scene, and quaint in the context of Manhattan.
Comparatively.
Yeah. All right, so grounds creeping, listen up. Brought to you by Raycon. They upgraded their everyday earbuds, just to let you guys know. I had a pair of Raycons a while ago. They weren't enough to sway me to like, I will wear these over whatever's in my pocket. Right. They've upgraded, and I got a new pair, and I was Sinak hell. And I wear them all the time now. On the subway, they're the best I have because they have the noise canceling, and then they have this other like AD mode. So on the subway now, or the train, I'm like, I can't hear anything else. I missed a stop once. That's an issue.
Oh, okay.
That is an issue.
That's like you didn't prep.
That's not a Raycon problem.
Not a Raycon. Well, I mean,
actually, that's a plus to Raycon.
Yeah, that's how noise canceling they were. They also give you all the different sizes for the inside your ear.
That's nice.
Because
you have those little peanut ears.
I have tiny ears.
And everything on your body matches your ears.
Everything. And they have the smallest size, and it like plugs into my hole. Yeah. The other brand, they have the one size.
The other guy.
It doesn't fit in my ear.
Doesn't fit all.
Doesn't fit at all. They're not, and if I want to go get a piece that fits, I got to go find it else. This just came in the box, all the sizes. If I had giant ears, that would have been good. So go get yourself a pair. Go to buyraycon.com/Yanks today to get 20 to 40% off. Roll the dice. Find out.
I'm going to choose the 40.
Yeah.
Thank you.
40, please. That's right. You'll get up to 40% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/Yanks, buyraycon.com/Yanks.
Go get some Raycons.
And you also twist them in, which is like, I feel like a robot.
Right.
You put
it's like
them
a
in,
nice final touch.
Yeah, you put them in that way, and you
outside hearing off.
Yeah, you put them in, you twist it, and you're like, engage.
20 to 40%. 40 today. For me.
I'm gonna go with the 40.
What's the groundskeeping? Technically a lot. We've covered a lot.
Covered a lot. I'm not gonna do trade deadline stuff. Right. I'm gonna do injury updates and some other stuff. One, Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, man.
Activated from the IL. So we're very happy about that. Will Warren gets a splash of the big league life. We'll talk about that in the game 2 recap. He got that because Garrett Cole had body fatigue, and maybe like a flu-like symptoms that led to the body fatigue was something like he was been stomach issues.
They've been hitting the stomach issues hard.
Yeah. So he is not on the IL though, and he seems fine. Other updates are Cody Poteet is scheduled to throw a full bullpen, or was and is. You know what? I'm switching to the ESPN one. I think they had better stuff.
Garrett Cole currently listed as a Sunday starter.
Day to day. All right. Ian Hamilton expected to be cleared to throw live batting practice soon. Clark Schmidt expected to be cleared to throw live batting practice soon. And then who else do you care about? John Birdie and Nick Birdie both got, what is it? What was it they got?
PRP, platelet
shots. John Birdie, they still really don't know. He ran and performed baseball activities, but it's not full speed. Nick Birdie, the reliever, will report to AAA and pitch tomorrow, Thursday. So that's cool. And then Rizzo went through agility drills on the field. I think there's quotes from Cashman that asked about what's Rizzo's place, and he didn't really say anything because he doesn't know. Brubaker's setback was real. 3 to 4 weeks added due to oblique and elbow now, both. And Trevino did some running, played catch. That's Jose.
Not Lou.
And that's your grounds creeping.
Okay.
I've been interested. Like, I am interested in Ian Hamilton and Nick Birdie to see what they are, if they come back, and how they're used, and if they're good or not. Clark Schmidt, very interested. Him and Domingo now, since trade deadline's come and gone, are my biggest
Dominguez.
Dominguez, yes. Excited ads. What's the team look like then? Those are the two left remaining that I'm excited about.
Yeah, I want to see. I mean, our bullpen's got some funk down there. Nice weekend for Mark Leiter. Yeah, I mean, Efros still blows my mind that he's pitching.
Yeah, he's just not performing well. I believe.
And then Lou Trevino, I don't know. I'm gonna be open till anyone in the bullpen till the final 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
I think Scott Efros, he's healthy.
Well, one of the Boone interviews, he said he just recently ticked up. So I think he was not throwing well. I don't know.
Oh, his last 6 games, 5 have been good. 1 he gave up, only got 1 out, gave up 4 runs, but the other 5 have been 1 inning shut. So, yeah, I don't know what they're waiting for, what they want to see. It's probably not results based, but analytics based. They're
measuring RPMs.
Sure are. All right, you want to kick us off with a?
Heard Shelfie yelling, just angry Phillies fan.
Yeah, it happens.
I think so. Them Philadelphia Phillies would try to drive their 18-wheeler up the Luis Hill as they take on the Yankees for 3 in the Philadelphia. Here comes the Judge, little darling, solo home run to get it started in the first. It's 1-0 Yanks. And then, how about a little light jazz? Chisholm homers to right, and Ben Rice says, I'll have what he's having. A little jazz and Rice. Buckle up. Yanks give up a couple. They fall into some marsh as they give up a solo homer to Brandon. Looks like Shelfie, not just a beard thing. Dove into that later. In the field, Soto doubles his pleasure. Wells says, I will triple my pleasure. Be very careful if you're doing that at home, kids. It's 7-2 Yankees, and then, oh my God, mama, there goes that man, Aaron Judge, his second homer of the night. Mama, there goes that man, Jazz Chisholm, his second homer of the night. Volpe homer too. 14-4 Yankees. We're so bad. Luis Hill, 5.1, 3 earned runs, 8 Ks to Talkin to YOGO Yogo. Yanks take game 1, 14-4, babe.
Ooh.
Sheesh.
Ooh. What was the date of this game again?
This was Monday, the 29th.
I can't believe we're still in July. That's disgusting.
Or even as of right now.
No, don't talk about it.
Okay.
My thing, as I was watching this game and enjoying the game, was that the lefties were locked in.
Locked in lefties, you were saying.
That's what I was trying to come up with. And I was doing a lot of counting on my phone
Right.
as the game was happening. And then I stopped because I was like, let's just wait till the game ends. And there's websites that have this. And now I'm trying to run it through the algorithm right now. But I think the pitches per plate appearance by the lefties was very impressive. And if they swung early, the results were very impressive. I think Soto was a quick one. I think Jazz had a first pitch homer. Rice might have been the other ones. But there were some deep at bats by all of them. So just to have it here. So the lefties in this game, Verdugo, Soto, Jazz, Wells, Rice.
Yep.
5 of them, which is nice to have in a lineup. They had 15 plus 7, 22 plate appearances. And I continue to stall.
Oh.
Because sometimes Baseball Savant just decides to go real slow.
Right.
They had a .474 batting average collectively
Yep.
in 22 plate appearances on that day. and a 545 on base percentage and a 1.158 slugging. 88 divided by 22. That's easy math.
4.
4. That's the pitches per plate appearance. And I wonder if it got lighter later on, seeing the position player, stuff like that. But that's what I noticed was like every time a lefty was up in this game, it was crazy good results and locked in. That one stretch where Verdugo worked a really good at bat, got the walk, and then Soto does what Soto does. But then Wells did it.
Wells been had
I know, but it was
dude,
it was just like such a good at bat by both of them because they got fooled on the pitch. Girardi was saying that too. They like Soto swung and missed, and he looked silly.
Yeah, the Soto Wheeler at bats were really funny because Soto was basically saying like, if you throw that one sinker middle in and dot it, you kind of got me.
Yeah,
if you throw anything else, I'm good.
I believe both.
Wheeler should have spammed it, and he didn't.
Yeah, I believe did both hits come off like the slider in that at bat in that inning.
I mean, Wheeler at that point he was so sad. Soto was having such an incredible at bat, like special to watch, spoiled to watch. That he just gave in with that hammer at the end.
Yeah, that was in the 5th,
Soto's
right?
Insane, dude.
So the Soto double and the Wells triple both came on curveballs. And yeah, the sinker was what was twisting him up.
Yeah.
And Wheeler just tried to finish him off with curves, and it didn't work. Ben Rice homered off a fastball. Chisholm got a fastball. That was crazy. And then Jazz gets Garrett Stubbs on the Ephus pitch.
How'd Heel look?
Good. His slider is good.
So this game early on was problematic for me because I wrestled my Amazon Prime app for far too long. A lot of my pride ended up getting involved, and because Jim, you know, I like to tinker if I can find a loophole in the tinker system.
Yep.
Every time I would open the Amazon Prime, it would load. It would start playing the video in slow motion, which is really tricky when you're watching sports initially because sometimes they use slow motion to show stuff.
You got to like confirm that that's not
And
not a glitch.
the audio would be live time, which they also do in replay sometimes. But then I'd hear like a crack of the bat, and then it would freeze, and then it would kick me out. So I did that for about 2 innings. So I missed some of the early at-bats, but it was nice to see they were up 3-0.
Yeah, Amazon Prime days are the one days James gets to watch what he wants to watch on the big screen. Because usually I'm like, nope, after dinner, Dad gets the TV.
Right.
Baseball.
These are the rules.
And sometimes he'll watch it, and the other times I give him a phone.
Right.
Prime, the phone is an at-bat earlier
Yeah.
than the TV. If I'm
where I
streaming
ended
through
up.
the TV, you guys are texting in the group chat, and you're like spoiling everything.
Right.
And Twitter is unusable. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Well, Jake, to answer your question
What'd you
about
call me?
Jank. That's a
Jake
terrible
Yanks.
version of you. Well, Jake, he upped his slider usage even more.
Good.
Heel to 46% of the time with his new slider and got good results on it. Got a 34% whiff percentage through the changeup. 20% of the time had a 50% whiff percentage. So his secondary pitches were working really well. He did give up some hits on the slider, but it was all singles. There was a home run. It came on the four seam. He looked good. I think, and then correct me if I'm wrong, Beebs, if you were like locked in, I don't think he looked. Maybe he did, dude. I'm trying to remember. I don't think he looked like amazing. Like, whoa, catch your eye. But now I'm remembering that when I was watching him pitch in Philly, I was getting flashbacks to when Sevy pitched in Philly in 2018 and the gas and filth was said. For maybe an inning or two where he just threw a couple sliders, I'm like, damn.
Definitely broke off a few.
Gas and filth. How about that?
So I think he looked good.
Okay.
And then the bullpen decisions was Talkin to Yogo.
Yeah, what'd you think? And where are you at with Yogo?
He's off the team.
Yeah.
He was fine.
Like the nickname.
To be honest, when they went to the position player,
Yeah.
I stopped watching because my kids are sick and I had to get them down for bed.
Yeah.
And when I woke up the next morning and saw the Jazz Chisholm Aaron Judge bat, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Wish I would stayed around for that. And then I watched all the post games the next morning, and Jazz's post game was awesome.
Giddy.
The story of this game, and this is going to get talked about later, is Jazz playing third base. I'd be shocked if that doesn't come up in the second half of the show.
I would be shocked. Because I think that's got to be talked about.
Yeah.
It would be a disservice
It would.
if we went this whole show and we didn't talk about Jazz Chisholm playing third. But that's how we keep you on the line, you suckers. Don't fast forward. Fast forward right now. Right in your back.
Jump to 38-17.
Listen to episode 411.
Is that a good one?
I don't know. I have that as a bad one in my head.
I think Verdugo's pitch per plate appearance in this game was awesome.
Okay.
And as a leadoff guy, the difference there has been very nice. It sets the whole lineup up for success. So, first at bat of the game goes 5 pitches, all fastballs. Just inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside. But good job from Verdugo. Lets him time up the fastball, I guess.
4 walks this series.
Yeah, he's leading off. So he's like kind of having... He's more equipped to handle the way a leadoff pitcher than Volpe is, just on their skill sets. Like, he is selective enough, but when he sees a ball in the zone, like, he waits for his pitch in the zone.
Right.
And is selective enough where Volpe wasn't. That 6-pitch walk the next at bat for Verdugo. So that was kind of, for me, just the good start against Wheeler was and then 7 pitches. So his first 3 at bats, that's 7, 6, 5. The math on that, 19. Is that correct?
I didn't hear the numbers.
18, I think. 7, 6, and 5. So 11 plus 7, 18.
3 number me.
Yeah.
Come on.
But good job by Verdugo there.
Sure.
And the lineup. And then the pitching decisions didn't really matter. All right.
I can't remember if you said Talkin Yanks episode 411 or 417. 411 was 2020 Luis Cessa's profile and projection. 417 was the season got suspended for COVID.
I said 411.
411 is Luis Cessa's profile and projection grade app.
Cockroach.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a cockroach. Was this when Verdugo got the hit, or was that yesterday? Not Volpe. It might have been yesterday. Volpe gets 2 hits here.
Volpe. I think it's game 2.
All right. Well,
Nice ABs.
how about that? Jake, what happened in the second game of this? After the trade deadline, Cole scratched. New pitcher up. Walking all over the burn. Wearing an extra large shirt.
Wearing a Yankees hat. Will Warren spot start? Cole's got the poops. It's a tough matchup in his first ever start. His name is Nola. And Nola. But a little Jazz in the first with the RBI fielder's choice. It's 1-0 Yankees. Sure, keep it rolling. But a little bit of a purple haze is in the second. Austin goes big fly. It is 4-1 Phillies. Oh, no. Again. Jazz music throughout the Northeast. As Jazz Chisholm homers not once, but so nice they played him twice. A solo homer and then a 3-run shot to give the Yankees a 5-4 lead. They'd hand it off to the best closer in the game, and they'd wild pitch off of after an infield single. That's a weird set of events. But it's 5-5. It's Buenos Cantos. We're shut out in the 10th. Verdugo with the sac fly in the 11th. Hayes again with the single in the 11th. We're going to 12, and Gleyber Torres with the sacrifice double play. Jazz Chisholm's thrown out at second, but they get the run across, and the Talkin truck backs that ass up. Yankees, Warren to Cousins to Canely to Weaver to Holmes to Leiter Jr. to Talkin. Yanks win 7-6 and 12.
Oh. Wow.
There's a little more scat jazz out of me.
I'm
a scat jazz
originally
man.
I was gonna say that sounded a lot more like scat, and then scat is jazz.
Right.
You know, you can't scat rap. That's beatboxing.
I've scat rapped. You don't want to open that one up.
No. So this game
Yes, Will Warren game. Trade deadline day.
Was-
Garrett Cole.
was an emotional roller coaster. I think that's what I'd say about it. Agree or disagree?
I would say yeah. We did a lot of trade deadline coverage, highs and lows of that. A little low coming into the game.
But then Jazz is the story.
Garrett Cole, everyone's BS meter is on 11 with the Yankees.
It turns into the good trade deadline story and the bad with Mark Leiter Jr. coming in and getting it done, and with Jazz taking off.
Yeah.
And those are two guys they brought in, but then you wanted them to move Clay, and he blows a save in the fashion that he blows saves, which is by getting unlucky with ground balls. So it was a little bit on Twitter. People were like, the good trade deadline fan and the wanted more fans both had their way. And the Tonk fans slept well.
All the Tonk
And a little
stands. All the Tonk stands ended up on top. He's awesome. Those primal yells off the mound. He lets one rip kind of close to Wells' face. Like almost if I was Austin Wells not wearing the mask, I'd be having a bad time.
I mean, I'd bet so much money he has no memory of that.
Yeah, I think the other thing that's just interesting here, and it's something you presented to Skip, Luke Weaver with a 7-pitch inning, which okay, Luke Weaver stretched out to be a multi-inning guy. I think we're hoping to head to a situation where if Lukey Dookie does that,
just give it to him.
be in consideration to use him the next one. Yeah, the Clay Holmes inning is a Clay Holmes inning we've all seen multiple times. The slider spike was tough, but it was what it was. How about that final play? Off DJ to Gleyber to Clay. I mean, my goodness.
And they were saying, was that the Harper one?
You can't draw that. Yeah, hardest hit ball by Clay that inning. But, yeah.
It was also the DJ game. That was the other side, because DJ comes in for defense. This play, isn't there. And then DJ gets an at-bat in one of the extra innings. The first at-bat to move the runner over, and did he pop, did he foul out? Or did he spike that one in the dirt?
Out. He fouled out on that one. Yeah, and then you got, I didn't even know if Mark Leiter was in the stadium initially, and he comes out for a big inning. He has a fun inning out there, looks good, clean shaven, some fun pitches. And yeah, I mean, their Jazz is a story of a lot of this. Pretty incredible. Back-to-back 2-homer games.
Also the Grisham catch.
Yeah. Tonkin's first inning of work.
Yeah. How was his adrenaline after that? Because it wasn't the same, right?
Tonky?
Yeah.
Oh, Tonk Snails.
No, after the Grisham catch.
He was good. That was his first inning.
I know. He didn't dump all the adrenaline is what I'm getting at.
Right.
Because if he...
But I think this would go against... No, he does let out a...
On that one?
Yeah.
All right.
I think this would be a feather on the other side of the cap.
I'm interested to see. Forget. Because, I mean, he really screams after the other one.
He's a big LFG guy.
Yeah, I mean, this one was like,
Who
getting the extras. They don't score. Oh, they only score one. I'm pessimistic about that. I am. And it was, proved me wrong. Tonkin said, I'm here. Leiter pitched with some balls, throwing the ball downhill. That's the best way I can explain. He's like a little guy. He's not that little, but, we have giants in the pen. Throws with intention.
He has one wipeout pitch. The slider's wipeout. The curveball is a pitch that a lot of guys don't see a lot.
Splitter.
Yep. Great splitter. That's a plus pitch. He's got a high curveball that's probably going to hurt us one or two times, but guys don't see it a lot. It was funny hearing them talk. They say he usually, and we saw this, but he usually starts off curveball.
Yeah.
to try to get to that split. And yeah, we saw a lot of moxie these first 2 games, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, when you're at 92, you pitch backwards a little bit. He does that a lot. The splitter is nasty to lefties. All right.
That game smelt of win streak. You know what I'm saying?
It was a change the tide game, to be honest with you.
Yes. The tide fully changed that night.
Yeah. I was like, oh, we're going to run into good luck, and the Phillies are the bad luck
Which
team?
makes that play in the 9th end up even crazier.
Yeah.
That hits a different part of DJ. Clay doesn't cover, which he turned on. He turned on his boosters pretty heavy.
I was actually, that was what I was kind of a little surprised about was Clay getting there.
Yeah.
And staying with it. Because it's like, as soon as you see that go off DJ, you could just.
Well, and he spikes the first one, and he makes a good effort to cover home, but Rojas has good speed and beats him there. Then when you see that ball ricochet off DJ, I mean, you don't think it's going to end up in Gleyber's hands. Then when it does, you're like, wait, it's Clay Holmes. It would have been very, very easy for a pitcher who just spiked in the losing run to not be full tilt to first base on that.
Yeah.
So kudos to him on that. And yeah, he got those big robot horse legs chugging. That was his Olympic moment.
People were, I heard, I don't even know if this is true. I heard somewhere people saying they were on Harper. The start of the game today, they were saying that. Girardi was like backing him for not running hard on that play. But it seems like he does.
He gets a pretty good.
It's a race between him and Clay.
His first step out of the box, I think, could be a little quicker, but I don't think it changes anything.
Yeah, you hit it that hard, you're expecting it to be through. Not expecting it to be, I have to run my ass off.
Yeah.
Yes, off. Okay, that's game 2. They won it. It was electric. The tide's changed. Keep slouching. I'm going to have to stand up again. Game 3. 12:30 start.
Nestor and the Yankees would bring their broomsticks to the bank, Citizens Bank, against Christopher Pablo Sanchez as he would try to get the Phils backyard on track. Scoreless into the second, top 2. DJ 26 with another one. My God, grand slam. We didn't know at first, but a 4-run homer for DJ as the Yanks go up 4-0. But in the 4th, a bit of fortitude by the Phillies as Bohm and Castellanos make it 4-2. Wilson! My friends named their kid Wilson recently. He hits a homer, and it's 4-3. It's a 1-run game.
First name.
Yeah. How about that? DJ 26 with another one. Just when you thought that Kendrick hadn't had a lot of hits in a while, he's back. 6-3 Yankees. Uh-oh. It's getting late early in Philly, but Castellanos with the RBI ground out. Bohm scores. Castellanos with the single to right. Bohm scores. We've got action on the bases, but a double play the Gleyber way. Clay to Gleyber to Volpe to DJ. Yankees sweep the Philadelphia Phillies in Philly. 6-5 final. Yanks are back. Let's go Yanks.
My 2 biggest takeaways of games 2 and 3. They felt like baseball games. And when the Phillies scored 2 more runs in game 3, that's what Shelfie said on the live stream. Like, yeah, this is a baseball game.
Right.
Fenway was awesome. It was baseball, but it was high octane, bad sloppy pitching, bad defense.
Right.
Slug them out. But it was fun, and I enjoy it. Every game before that, the Yankees were down early and had no life. And the few they won, maybe they were up big. Like, that's like what they've been doing. These were baseball games where you got to be careful with your bullpen selections. You got to be in the moment. You got to, this pitch could turn there, home run, and we could change the score either way, the whole way through. And I very much enjoyed being in games like that. And the Yankees' ability to hang on, because the Phillies were threatening a lot of innings. They're 2 deep flies on the track. Verdugo catches them.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, especially the first game, because the Yankees come back from being down, or the first close game, the second game, as people would call it. Yankees are down 4-1 in that one. The huge Jazz Chisholm homer, blah, blah, blah. This game, I mean, it was nice being up 4-0, but you're also seeing that trickle away, until it's one run, which didn't feel like anything. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, Philly also has the ick right now. Like, kind of a good time to play them. I think the Yankees pitching staff should take a little credit for shutting out Bryce Harper. I also think Bryce Harper, it was a good time to be facing him because there was a couple swings on balls that I think if you see Bryce in October or a different time of year, the result might be different. But the Yankees, and this is kind of, interested to see where we end up with awards. The Yankees have a real lineup again. Like, we're a week or two removed from praying Ben Rice could provide us something in the leadoff spot or protection for Judge. The second half of the lineup, we were hunting for things. This is real. Volpe down in the lineup is a different ball player. Chaz has been great. Doogie and Torres before this series, and Giancarlo Stanton's back. So, like, Yankees have a team. Philly's had a team. They got the ick right now.
Binhads. You want to go to awards, or is there more to discuss in this game? You see Weaver as the first one out.
Right.
So did he inherit runners?
Weave Dog, I don't believe so.
No,
Cousins
just
was
one
the
out.
first one out.
What? No, it went Cortez to Weaver.
Click the wrong game.
Oh.
Today, Weaver was first one out. Nestor got the first out of the inning.
And then they brought Weaver in. He gave up a triple right away. Then ground out, fly out. Just interesting to see how they're using Leiter and all that. Because Weaver's probably built up for more, so they want him to go more, but he gave up another hit. And then they brought Canely in for Marsh, Schwarber, and Hayes. Middle of the inning. And then Leiter started the eighth. Like, is he the eighth inning guy? And Weaver and Canely are going to get mixed and matched for whatever the needs are.
I mean, they believe in Mark Leiter. We saw that this series. The strikeout numbers are no joke. I think his K per 9 was 5th in the National League. So when you look at relievers through that scope, that's what we're asking for, right? So, yeah, we'll see. I think they're going to try to be all in on Leiter because that was their big bullpen acquisition. Let's see what it looks like for a little bit. I mean, you can talk yourself into Leiter. Oh, as Joe's McFly dances through the office right now. I think BBD got his own butter knife going that Leiter has one bad stretch, and it was right around the time he was hurt.
It's the 4 appearances before he got hurt. It's 3.2.
Yeah, he's been a holds guy. He's good. I don't know if it's enough. It was never knocking Leiter. It was like we wanted more.
We didn't just like the moves they did. We just wanted more of them.
We can ask Boone at our live event, T Squared Social, Monday, people. August 5th. We still got some tickets left. I think doors open at 5:30. We're doing a live show at 7. Cool spot. Boone in the flesh. And I'm thankful the Yankees started winning games so we don't have to get extra security. But come through. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're in or around the city Monday, come see Booney, T Squared Social. See you there.
See you there. Be there, be square. All right. Anything from Nestor? Does he get talked about later? I don't think so.
Do any of the starters?
No, I don't think any of the starters get talked about unless it's a regular old award and you got something for these guys. Nestor looked good.
Okay.
How did he give up the runs? Was that during when I had a meeting?
Is that one inning?
Homer.
Is that one inning? The fourth and the fifth.
Those two innings.
That one,
two innings.
Those 2 innings.
Wilson. Is it Weston Wilson?
Weston Wilson will hit homer.
On, man. That's crazy.
So Hayes doubled. Hayes has seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
Cutter in the zone. No, four-seam. Kind of meaty four-seam. Then he struck Harper out. He looked nasty to the lefties, actually. Is his splits way different, lefties, righties this year?
Bullpen Nestor?
Crushed lefties.
He's crushed lefties?
Yeah.
He's looked like more like his aiming spot or whatever. Like he has like a consistent, like I aim at their hip and it goes here.
Their
Like,
windows.
yeah.
Okay.
To the window. Castellanos singled off of him. And then a pop out. All right. So he gave up a double and then one more single after that. When was the error by Nestor Gleyber that wasn't an error? That was later? Is that
later.
Clay or is that Leiter that suffered from that? Leiter?
I believe that was Leiter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Leiter's first earned run since June 19th.
Yeah, Gleyber tried to olay it. It was hard hit.
He was trying to make the play on it that would result in an out.
Different second baseman
I think
make that play.
Other people at least knock it down.
All right. Awards. First award we give out here on Talking Yanks is
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Do we ever tell the people about Amtrak?
we used it and we took it and we wrote it.
Sure did. We went up to Boston. I also went down to Baltimore this year. I think you get out to Philly on Amtrak. And if you're going to an away game, there's not a much better way to do it around here than Amtrak. Get on the train. You don't have to worry about parking or anything like that. Tune out. Maybe put in your Raycon headphones. Listen to something. And Amtrak, they've got group stuff they're doing now that if you get ahead of it, you can get some really good deals. Book your next trip at Amtrak.com/flexfares and cover your bases like we do. A little basis pun. Amtrak, proud partner of the New York Yankees. Restrictions apply. Difference in fare may apply. Click the link in the description. Get on a train, people. It's one of the modes of transportation. Now that's how you do it.
Way to go. All right, first award is the Pride of the Yankees.
Right?
Pride of the
Where are you going,
Yankees.
Jim?
Jazz Chisholm. I'm going with Jazz. And I like the homers.
Okay.
And the people saying full name, Jazrado Prince Hermes Arrington Chisholm Jr.
Jazrado.
Wow. I like the homers. I like the hustle, diving into first even though he was out.
Sure.
I like whatever else he did on offense.
Yeah. Stole a base in that first game after pretending to be hurt.
Oh, yeah. Your butt hit my face. Ow, ow, ow. I'm on third. DJ got an RBI. So the 4 homers, the one with Judge's bat versus the position player, nice. Only 1 strikeout in his 14 at-bats. I like that. Only 1 walk, 8 RBIs. I like that. He could have went 2 for 14 with 2 homers. Still would get my pride.
Okay, the 2 homers. All right.
I still would
I was
get
going
my
to say pride.
Still would get my pride.
Pride.
Going to third base, not really caring about reps or practice, and just saying, I'm a young athlete, and I'll just athlete my way through this for a little bit. Was so new and different. And those first 4 balls, because he's got the arm too. That's what, because you put me on the DJ's arm like way earlier on before it was really like a thing, and the difference when like Chapman would come through, blah, blah. And DJ makes the plays when he was playing. But Jazz, he makes the stop, and that first one right to him, I'm like, all right, let's see what the throw is. And it's like easy, but on a line the whole time. So the third base play, the diving one that Boone talked about with us that saved a double, turned into a single, but dove and pulled it back. It was very refreshing to be like, oh, we truly have someone with the athletic profile we haven't really had before. The guy's just going to go out there and play. His interviews were also like awesome, very happy, fun guy, loving the way his teammates have been treating him. Just wants to win. Using Judge's bat. They asked if he's going to use Judge's bat again. He's like, no way. It's heavy. But I never hit off position players, so that might help me. Slowed it down versus those slow pitches. That's math from Jazz.
That's math from Jazz.
Yeah. Jazz is music that is kind of anti-math.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like music for math illiterates.
A little bit.
And regular illiterates.
I echo what you've said.
Thank you.
Whoa, I might have just stumbled into something cool.
I have one more
Say something cool.
Jazz
'cause
thought.
I might have stumbled.
So
into
today, there's a ball, high pop-up. He runs for it, and he can't get it. He takes like a light stab at it.
Right.
And it looks like a guy just using athleticism to track down a ball.
Right.
So the question I was trying to ask Boone, the question I asked Boone, he didn't have an answer. He said I would need to watch the play then think. And I was talking to the guys during the live stream. That play, I think if Arenado watches that, if maybe even Boone, if Chapman, any third baseman that's been playing third for a while, they see that pop up, I bet they could say to Jazz, oh yeah, on those ones, you want to X, Y, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not a professional third baseman. And Jazz would say, okay, got it. Like you want a banana peel so you can go over your shoulder.
Right.
Or, once you get past the tarp, you got to do whatever the hell it is. That to me looked like an example of hopefully someone goes and there is some trick or some like mental guide from a third baseman when the ball is that high, hit down that line. Like how do you get an angle? How do you, whatever it is.
Right. And it's, you mentioned A-Rod with the pop-ups with Booney. Booney mentioned he didn't like pop-ups over there. I mean, it's a very unique thing that only third basemen really deal with. Like shortstops have an angle there.
Yeah.
That's like an angle of pursuit. That's like, I don't know, it's like catchers pursuing a ball in the field, but in foul. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's unfortunately for Jazz, he'll get measured on some of those timing-wise. If it's eighth inning, 2 outs, we'd be talking about that play differently. So that's something he can't control.
It's going to run. He's going to run into more plays that are like you need to have studied the position to know that.
Right. Or, and it might be something, Volpe may have to learn is he might have to be extra support on a play like that.
Yeah.
Like if you can get there and you've got the angle and you've practiced doing that play a lot. Jazz was awesome, man. I usually try not to use my jump to conclusions map. I'm in on him being a third baseman. And
He's going to go to second next year. I guess it depends on what the market does.
Depends on the market, and that part is out of his control. But this guy played a lot of shortstop in the minor leagues. I was comparing how much shortstop he played to Gleyber, and I thought I was having a freak-out moment because it's the same numbers. But 2,762 innings at shortstop for Gleyber. That was for Jazz. 206,073 for.
Wait, what numbers are you saying?
How many minor league innings they played at shortstop?
But you said 2,000. You said 200,000.
Meant 2,000 each time.
Okay, 2,000 innings each.
Closer to 3, but yes,
Okay.
the numbers are the exact same. So he was even confusing on the way out. Shortstops, like a lot of people come up shortstops, and we laugh that the Yankees draft shortstops or catchers every year. Shortstop is the hardest position. Bang. Confirmed. Jazz, you also have to think about a little bit. It's situational. When Gleyber Torres got called up to the Yankees and they had a shortstop and a second baseman, they would have told Gleyber, hey, you're our third baseman, kid. Figure it out. Jazz has gotten moved a lot. He got moved from second base to the outfield out of need for the Marlins at the time because they had infielders. I don't know, man. Like you said, he's the most athletic player we've seen since blank.
I don't know.
Right? I tried to play this game the other day. Like athleticism, like speed meets power, and just like, I don't know, some baseball players are baseball players. I'm a first baseman. I do this. Like this guy's athletic.
Yeah. I agree.
That we haven't seen that a lot. That I don't know. His reaction time at third feels fine. The throw feels fine.
I want to see him charge one. That's still what we haven't really seen yet, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen
He
too
can
much
turn
of that. Yeah, we saw him a couple nice throws to second, and it looks like, sometimes sports are tricky, especially baseball, where we talk about reps, where it's like, if you're a third baseman, that throw to second base can be really daunting for some third baseman, because if you just see empty right center field, that's scary. If I miss this throw, ball goes a long way. Jazz looks like he completely trusts his ability to throw that we've seen to first base and second base at this point. With the reaction time, with the athleticism in the range, I mean, I would have to look deeper into the free agent pool and trade pool and what's going to be available this offseason. In my head, it's easier to find a second baseman than a third baseman. I'd have to check the classes on that, but if Jazz Chisholm can stick at third base under his arbitration number, and obviously we're super excited right now. We saw the guy hit 4 home runs. Don't care if one's off a position player. Got a couple wows out of Michael Kay defensively on the broadcast.
Yeah, because it was just not supposed to do that.
I think that the early signs from this asset at third base, which a minor league shortstop going to third base at age 26, is a very logical baseball thing. Like, the Talkin Yanks fans that listen to episode 411, they know the two things I love are center field defense and third base defense.
Name the things I love.
Your children.
Well, I meant baseball.
Oh, baseball-wise, you love catching.
Yeah.
You love good catcher play.
Yeah.
And you love pitchers with moxie.
Yeah.
I listen.
Name what Beebs likes.
Hardcore sex. I don't know.
No, that was
tough.
right.
That's tough. Tough to explain that to some of the kids. I don't know. I like to feel like I don't give out my third base badge easily, and I'm like giving Jazz my third base badge.
Oh, wow. That is. I didn't realize you were giving badges out.
Badged him.
And do you know another third baseman that had a long career at third base and didn't play there until 26?
Brian Hayes.
Trevor Plouffe.
Hey, that doesn't help.
Got earlier time in the minors, but
All right. Who's your pride?
He was thick. Good pride, Jim. I think you nailed that one.
Thanks. And now you have to go.
Raw, as Joe's
Excuse
would
me.
say.
Do you want to know the free agent pool next year?
Sure. Like
For
top
second,
of my, top
for
of my
second
head, like
baseman?
Matt Chapman for third.
You want for third or second?
Both would be the full equation.
Second,
Opt-outs,
nothing.
Gleyber,
Gleyber Torres, Brandon Drury, Laurie Garcia, Rougned Odor.
Jorbit Vivas,
That's the free agents
Okay.
at second.
Mike,
At third,
Michael Massey.
Alex Bregman, Justin Turner, J.D. Davis, Matt Carpenter, Matt Duffy. So, Bregman and Gleyber.
We're saving money. We're trading for Michael Massey.
No, I'm saying those are the only two, names.
they're the clear best at each spot.
Hey, I think my pride.
Methinks me pride is going to go to who?
Pride of the Yankees, huh?
I mean, you're going to go, oh, wow.
I mean, I've got 2 obnoxious picks.
Well, I think there's a couple good answers here.
I do 2.
I have one good answer coming from the position players.
I have one good answer.
No, I meant pitchers.
I have one good answer from the position players.
From the pitchers, I have one good answer. Hitters, I have multiple that you could choose from. That's just how you're feeling, you know? Take stats away because they're all so equal and dig inside your own butt.
What's that?
You sure had to. I'm going to be over here tech decking.
Mark Leiter Jr.
Yeah! Although I thought Talkin deserved it more than him. But yeah!
I had him and Talkin close. Talkin pitched in game 1, which is like, whatever, dude.
Kind of wasted 19 bullets from him.
Mark Leiter Jr., hey, welcome to the team. Gets off the flight. Shave the goatee. Hair, little long. We'll see if anyone comments on it.
Screaming infidelities.
The third Leiter to pitch for the Yankees.
Hottest one.
Here we are in extra innings against a team probably considered the best team in baseball up until that point of the season.
Yeah, they've been on a slide. I think this is their 5th series loss in a row.
They've been on a slide-a-roon. But in extra innings,
Yeah.
comes in clean sheet against the Phillies to keep that game going. And like we just talked about, momentum's real. I believe in that. And if he doesn't close out that game, I don't know what happens next. You're in a rubber match with Philly that a ball could bounce a different way and everything's changed. He gets Bohm, Marsh. They intentionally walk Real Muto. Rojas infield single, so now it's bases loaded, and he gets Stott. So, and then he comes out today and he throws a ton of bullets. So, hey, welcome to the team. We're pitching you back to back.
Welcome to the team. We need you.
Hey, and I know during the analysis, we looked at the Baseball Savant, and those numbers are pretty if you use that website. I know the fastball isn't what you expect.
Did he face a lot of righties?
But that curveball, and especially the splitter, will play. I think he felt kind of balanced. Phillies are pretty balanced.
Well, I know today he faced a lot of lefties, but in that extra innings game, I'm trying to see who he faced.
Yeah, I just walked through it. Bohm,
I know.
Real Muto, intentional walk, and then Rojas are the righties.
So mostly righties?
It's like 50-50. Let's see. 1, 2, 3,
Marsh?
4, 5. Marsh is lefty.
Bohm's righty.
2 lefties.
Okay. And Marsh popped out the first.
He got both lefties.
Because his pitch mix, trying to see if the Yankees made an instant change in his
Right.
pitch mix is what I was trying to look at. The curveball and the split finger, like way down from his last 2-3 outings. Curveball was 25%, 31%, and then in this game it was 7. And the splitter was 37, 43, and then down to 23. But in the third game of this series, those pitches were prominently featured, I felt. So I was just trying to think of maybe that's a handedness thing.
We'll see.
He threw a cutter, which he doesn't throw a lot. That's how he got Marsh out, I believe. It was like a 3-1 pitch. It's actually awesome because if you don't know he has a cutter,
David Cohn.
it was a 3-1 pitch way inside. So you would
That is fastball.
think, oh, it's fastball, and then that's way in my hands. I'm gonna pop out the DJ.
Weak. Assing.
To the righties, he went sweeper, sinker.
The Yankees have sent down Ron Marinaccio.
He was up.
He was up today.
Ground scraping missed out on that. Fire that guy. Yeah, Mark Leiter's got intensity. I don't know anything about what he looks like yet. You guys keep asking. What's his body like? What's his body like?
It's like team baggage.
Yeah. Good repertoire of pitches.
Yeah.
So, good pride. I'm surprised,
It's okay.
but it's not wrong.
yeah, you said there was options.
No, I mean, as a shot. It's surprising to get traded over. Pitch 2 games, you get pride.
Hard for any
Vasquez
reliever to
did
get
it.
a prize.
But he, as a reliever, but he earned it. I'm saying it's warranted
Every
pride.
game he's
but
been
people will be surprised.
Every game he's been eligible to pitch in, he's pitched in.
That's true. Can't say that for a lot of other guys
No.
in the whole entire league.
Rare. Where's Enyel?
He hasn't shown up yet. It took us 3 days. That's a fib and a lie and was not a shot.
Not reporting, not true.
Not true. If it's true, it's accidental. Today, Mark Leiter was splitter heavy. Do we have to say junior every time? How are we going to refer to him?
Ooh.
MLJR? Only 2 curveballs.
We just call him,
Man,
On both of those guys, I omitted the junior
picked
from
up
the
a couple
awards
juniors.
log.
Yeah.
do you
The
think
minor leaguer they got with Daniel as a junior, so they traded for 3 juniors.
they're cutting out his curveball? It was down today, too. The splitter and the sinker are up. How about that? The sinker's up.
Let's see.
No, it's the sweeper that went. Like, he wasn't even really throwing it. Now that's way up. Cool. Way to go, MLJR. Bad nickname.
It's okay.
I don't like it.
What about MFer?
MFer? Oh, I haven't really looked at the stats here or anything. After doing so, there are a couple.
You go first.
Oh, yeah. Brad Osmus. I'm going to do that. I didn't really notice him once.
There was 3 plays today that could have been challenged that did not get challenged. That I don't know.
That's not his job, no.
Yeah.
He's involved for sure, but there's a guy they talk about all the time. You know what, though? I saw Brad Osmus last series,
Right.
batting cage, him and Cora hanging out, trading war stories.
Know thy enemy.
So maybe I was happy with him then, but I didn't actually see anything from him in this series.
I'll also go Brad Osmus. And Matt Blake's back.
Congrats
Not
on
MFer.
having
That's
a
Brad.
kid. Congrats on having a kid.
And that's going to be a big factor in Matt Blake's life. That's kind of how it works, people. Warmer, sunnier days are here. Fuel up with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals during this summer. Keep that body tight. That's not in there. You know I added that. Chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Never frozen meals are dietitian approved, ready to eat in just 2 minutes. No matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great-tasting meals. 35 different meals. Bong. 60 add-ons. Bang. Breakfast to dessert. Stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Head to factormeals.com/Yanks50. Use code Yanks50 to get 50% off your first box, plus 20% off your next month. Yanks50, factormeals.com/Yanks50. Go check it out. Be the Factor.
I love
Added
Factor.
that.
I love Factor. I eat it a lot. I like it a lot. There's a lot to talk about here. A lot to talk about. A lot to talk about in the show. A lot to talk about in the show today. I'm going to give the Go Then award.
Go then.
Yeah, famous scene from Wayne's World. To help you out,
I'm gone. Oh, that was the hint. It's from Wayne's World.
Go Then. Yeah, it's from, I'm taking the quote from that scene.
Okay, I'm looking. I think you're going hitter. Or you're over the pitchers. How about David John LeMahieu?
Absolutely. I thought you'd get it. You know what?
My one prepped award was the
In the comments, I would, and in your ledger, Beeps, I would like to make note that was the perfect hint or award name. It was guessable, but not easy. It wasn't a layup.
It wasn't a layup.
But it wasn't impossible.
You got hurt by me having my only award prepped for DJ. So I was like, Jimmy, please. And
I'm happy you got it.
In my head, I was like, Jimmy, don't give a DJ award. Don't give a DJ. And then you gave the Go Then.
Go Then.
And that was for DJ.
Yeah.
This is good.
Do you want me to not do this? What was your award name going to be?
I was going to give him the I wrote it down. 1 second. I wrote it below my Burns. The Give Me the Mic Award. They interviewed him after the game with Meredith, and that's the most excited I've seen DJ LeMahieu to talk.
It's the most he's ever talked. I was almost going to say that when we were watching it together. I was like, this is a lot of talking. I guess we all felt it. Yeah, well, good award. But DJ does win the Go Then award, scene from Wayne's World where they're in a fight.
Yeah.
And go then. I'm gone.
I'm gone.
Go then. And that's how I feel about DJ right now. 6 RBIs, grand slam. Are you going to be the hitter versus lefties? Is that going to be your role? Go then.
Go then.
Do it. Make me love you.
Bring in a lefty reliever for Ben Rice. I would love if you brought in a lefty reliever.
Especially if he
Ben
throws a slow curve that DJ can sit on. Go then.
He got a righty too with the double, right?
That was DJ
In the gap.
Yeah. Also, maybe he was saying that to the ball, because it barely got over the
Right.
wall. Go then. So that's the award that DJ gets. And now we turn to you for your thoughts.
No, I thought I was involved. So what's next?
Yeah. I mean,
That's kind of why you're saying go then. Like you better go and do this, otherwise.
yeah, you're here. You're here. This is your lane.
Right.
Platoon with Rice versus lefties. That's not a lot of options.
Right.
And if you're on the roster in the postseason, you need to have like a skill, which would be lefties. Like that's go then,
Right.
grab that. You're part of the team. It's fine, but you need to do it. Don't do it for don't go for your next 10.
Right.
Do it.
Do it.
I'm not giving Averex because there's no changing at this point.
Right.
We're here. So that's the award. Go then. And DJ should respond, I'm gone.
Hit a lot. Put Ben Rice's ass in the jackpot.
Oh. My goodness, he's been bad. I went to look at his splits.
Yeah.
Just all bad.
Not yet.
Yeah.
One game.
Yeah.
One game.
Well, didn't he have a series against the Rays?
DJ?
Yeah, I think he had a series against the Rays where he hit earlier in the season.
I don't know.
I think there was a fake hope. There's been some Averex awards given out.
I think that Blue Jays series was the hope.
Blue Jays?
I think Blue Jays was the hope. The Mets and Blue Jays road trip, air quotes, they stayed in their homes, but he had a 604 OPS, which is his best
What?
of any homestand road trip. I believe that Blue Jays series.
No. It ended in the Trop. Okay, so it was the 3 games, Boston at home. He had 2 hits, 1 hit, and then they went to the Trop, and he had 2 hits. And that's where it was 3 games in a row with hits. Is DJ doing something? But they weren't. They're all singles. They weren't great hits.
Yeah.
So anyway, home run.
Pop.
Better at bat.
Homer and a double.
Yeah.
I'm going to give out the gold medal award, Jim.
Gold medal award.
Yeah. It's Olympic
Because
season.
it's for the Olympics. Gold medal. I think you're going to give that to
It's someone who would win a gold medal.
Giancarlo Stanton.
In what?
Physique.
No. There's people that have better physiques.
Giancarlo Stanton could win.
I was about to follow
I could
that up.
name 10 sports right now that he could medal in. Tree chopping.
Gold medal.
With enough practice. Give him 5 years.
No way, bro. People live to chop trees.
He's got the muscle. He just needs to figure out the rhythm.
James, if there was a gold medal.
Javelin.
No, dude. He'd get waxed by them. He's too bulky.
Eventually, he'd figure it out. Discus. No.
Juan Soto
Yeah.
would
What's he-
win the good at bats for either pitch recognition, strike zone control.
I'm allowed to make up fake events?
You just did wood chopping. That's not in the Olympics, Pop.
That's in some Olympics.
And some Olympics, so is pitch recognition, dude. They add sports every Olympics.
I don't know if Lumberjack Awards has ever been in the Olympics.
If they could, that's a shot we can't do. If they could possibly do good at bats, Juan Soto would win the good at bat Olympics.
There is an award
Dude.
called Quality at Bats.
His at bats against Wheeler, he missed. He had 2 pitches he could handle. I think he looked at the Phillies dugout pissed off. He wasn't joyous, bubbly, I'm going to get you, Juan Soto. He was like, you Phillies are so dumb because I'm so good at this. that you should not even be pitching to me. And he was kind of right. That Wheeler at bat was awesome. Awesome.
Really good. I loved it.
And it was just a reminder, like, other guys don't do that. You know?
Not in
like
the style
that.
he does it.
No.
Where, like, just play spoiler. Or with the emotions he does. Because, like, Devers can have an at-bat like that, but it's a different... He's not owning the space.
But Devers is like, put it anywhere, and I'm going to knock you out.
I'm going to knock you out. I'm Devers.
Soto's like, if you don't throw a strike, you're a fool. If you throw a strike, you're an absolute fool. And it's artistic.
I'm trying to find the quality at-bat percentage leaderboard for you if you're interested, because I think if he rates out number 1, that's cool. That's cool. Soto's really good.
It's incredible. Like, I know he almost got my pride, and then it was like, but Juan Soto's going to get so many other prizes. Mark Leiter Jr., this could be a...
Soto is 4th
Moment in
in
time.
quality at-bat percentage in the league. Quality at-bats is any of the following is considered a quality at-bat. A hit, a walk, a hit by pitch, a sack hit, a sack fly, well hit outs, which I don't love that, but hard hit balls.
Tough to add.
Or 7+ pitches in a
tough to
plate
add.
appearance. I would take that one out. Or
would
seven
take that
plus
out, too.
7+ pitches in a plate
Because when
appearance.
Soto gets out, he just hits the weak ground out. But he says, okay, I'm going to have other good at-bats.
Yeah. Or 7+ pitches in a plate appearance.
Okay.
Number
Like that
1,
one.
Freddie Freeman. 56% of his at-bats are quality at-bats.
Good. Out.
Number 2, Aaron Judge.
Really good.
56.2% of his at-bats quality. Number 3, Yordan Alvarez.
Out.
French. He's 53%. Number 4, Juan Soto. 54.9%.
You'd watch that Olympic sport if they just had pitch machines set up to, like, this curveball is going to be an inch off the plate.
I don't know.
Will he react?
Mookie-
You don't think you'd watch that?
I think I'd tune in but not like
Watch
it.
that.
Mookie Betts is 5th.
Oh.
102nd, Javi Baez. 34% of his at-bats. Not good. I also like that the Phillies learned, and I actually don't like this. Sorry. If the Yankees are going to be in the playoffs and the Phillies are going to be in that dance, the World Series, Juan Soto revealed one of his tricks too soon.
What's that?
It's a lot of what ifs. Lead off, you're shifting, fine, I'll bunt.
Wow.
He's like 4 for 4 in bunt attempts this year.
Yeah.
And you could see Bohm, like he like looked at the dugout and looked back like,
Yeah.
no one told me he was going to do that. It's a nice little card he plays.
I mean, he gets on base half of the time anyways, so I think teams kind of don't care.
I think they don't care,
I
but
think teams don't care.
well, pitching the Judge with no one on, it changes the way some teams have attacked Judge.
Sure.
It feels like every time he's done it, the next at bat they protect it. So that's like the whole idea.
What's your final word, you say?
Yeah. I need to do one search for Yankees manager, or no, MLB managers 2024. Just need a full list.
Okay.
See if are there any other ex-Yankee managers out there. Ex-Yankee bench. Espada, when was he with the Yanks?
At least until 17. Like through 17.
Through 17? That's big. That'd be huge to know. I think so. I think you're right. I think you're correct.
Like I recall because he sent Gleyber on the ball, or not Gary.
Okay. The award is, and this is a tough one to guess, almost the toughest one to guess ever. Beware of Joe Espada award.
The B.
I change it. Does Joe also know award?
Does Joe also know?
I don't think you're going to get it. I think it's an unfair award name.
Okay. I appreciate that. Does Joe also know? Good
You have the hint
golly,
with
Miss Molly.
former Yankee managers. That's a hint.
Yeah. You're giving it to Joe Girardi.
Oh, no. No, I'm giving it to Aaron Judge. Michael Kay and Joe Girardi had a conversation that was funny.
Right.
Michael Kay they're talking about how good Judge is, how it's like literally the best season like ever of all time.
Yes.
Michael Kay goes, I don't know why teams are pitching to him. I truly don't know why teams are pitching to him. The Mets didn't pitch to him. They won. And I was like, well.
Yeah. Chill with that, dog.
Let's not say that too loudly.
Yeah.
But also, our guy over there, Mendoza, he knows Judge. Yeah. He's like, he's seen that the team can crumble if the head gets chopped off the snake. So then I was like, anyone else know this? And Joe Spada, he might know. Does he know? I don't know. But it goes to Judge for having the best season in the history of seasons. And
it's nice to have.
Making managers a fool. For those that don't know, he had a .467 on base percentage. Last series against the Red Sox, he had a 7-something on base percentage. He had a .385 average. He hit 2 home runs, walked twice, 5 hits. Dude's out of his brain.
It's out of his gourd.
He's so good.
Really is.
He's really good. Like in one of the games, he just took a single, but it was a nice hit.
Right.
But yeah, just going with it, flowing. Shout out to Joe Girardi, though. I very much enjoy him on the broadcast.
He has good moments and bad moments for me. He's a yapper.
Oh, yeah.
He's a yapper.
Oh, I like that.
That's coming from Talkin' Jake.
Sometimes they're just in a conversation. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this when he was in the 3-man with O'Neill. They were yapping in different worlds, and that was tough. And yeah, sometimes I like the yap, sometimes I don't like the yap.
I like his insight. So
right.
I can tune out some of the yapping when I need to.
Right.
But when there's a topic at hand, like a play or
play.
Michael asks him a question, I think his insightful answers are very interesting. He had a great one about Stan. It was the first time we always wondered about Stan not taking rehab games or playing, and no one ever really, they don't want to.
Right.
And Joe Girardi said, well, hitters, they really can't get up for minor league games. It doesn't recreate any intensity or want to. It's just like BP, but at a field for them. He said, you usually send position players because they need to do 9 innings on the field, running in, running out, running in, running out. That's what the minor league games are really for. And Stan's a DH.
Right.
So I don't know how much it offers him. And I was like, that's the first time I got like somewhat of an insightful answer that hitting 4 times versus a minor league pitcher does nothing to get Giancarlo Stanton into the game mode that he's trying to get into. Because, like, that's what we always said about Carpenter, too, is like, you need to be in games to be in games. And I totally understand if, like, mentally they just can't get their adrenaline to kick into that zone. So I liked that answer. At least, I don't know if I still would say never do them or whatever. Like, but at least Joe, good insight.
Play the games when you can play games, I would say. For Carpenter, it was simulation, which is even less.
There's MLB games for Carpenter, too.
Right.
Yeah.
It was even less adrenaline. So, yeah, and like you mentioned with the Mets series that wasn't that long ago, like anything behind Judge, whether it's just a threat of Stanton, he had a couple hits. Why not?
Stan looked decent today.
Hit the ball hard.
Yeah, he hit the ball so hard in one of those at-bats today.
Yeah.
His first hit.
The first 4 at-bats, 120, 114, 110, 113 exit velos. Not everything.
Yeah.
Don't know if I even have those in the right order, but hit them hard.
They also, he didn't start game 2.
Right.
And Girardi just called bullshit on it from the jump. So funny. He's an ex-manager. He knows how these decisions are made. They're like, yeah, and they said it was to keep Stanton lighting off his feet, but I don't think so. I think it was to keep Judge out of center field 2 games in a row, especially with the 12:30 start the next day. And I was like, fuck, probably right, Joe.
Yeah. Helped. It's part of it.
Yeah. Part of it. Part of the decision.
Part of it. Yeah, I was kind of mad they pinch hit Stanton in extras because they had opportunities to pinch hit him earlier. And it was like, well, I don't know. Just don't mess with that cat's body, Olympic body.
Maybe they wanted to pinch him, and he was like, well, I need another hour on the treadmill.
Get
The bike.
Foot loose.
Kick off your Sunday shoes.
I'm giving out the
Jeez.
Ted Williams Award.
Louise. Oh, and Juan Soto already won an award. So that's interesting to me. Because Juan Soto already won that award.
Yes.
Who could it be? Who do we got? Volpe, Rice, Gleyber,
Who could it be?
Austin Wells.
This animal that I did see.
Verdugo.
Let me guess. Jim, it's Alex Verdugo. Because he's hitting 400 over the last week.
Way to go.
10 for 25.
Way to go.
We got a few multi-hit days on there. The team is the team now.
The team is the team. The past is in the past.
I know we've got the Dominguez thing lurking, but
Oh, yeah. Well, Dominguez come back.
be a heck of a time for Doogie to get hot. Because he can. So his baseball card would tell you he's a better hitter than we've seen so far this season. So provide good problems. Keep hitting.
Has his swagger come back yet?
No.
We haven't seen him scream or yell or point to the dugout. You know, like, the man's not back yet. His abilities are come back. I think maybe he's keeping it in check. 7 days isn't enough or whatever.
I mean, he was probably in the rumor mill. Gleyber's in the rumor mill, so he obviously went 1 for 14. A couple errors.
When did Verdugo hit the wall? Because people have been mentioning that maybe he got hurt when he ran in the wall. I have no idea if it coincides
That
with
the Twin Series.
Yeah, okay. It was June 5th. Does his slump coincide with starting at June 5th at all?
The butter knife has been from June 15th.
Okay.
I don't know if you could do more. Like,
Well, let's rule it out then.
I'm happy to rule it out.
Nah, he had a pretty good stretch June 6th through June 14th. Like a really good stretch. So
So it's the Fenway to Fenway.
I mean, Fenway to Fenway.
Fenway to
People have been
Fenway.
talking about that Fenway stretch. All right, any odds and ends? Name every MLB manager.
Didn't talk Volpe at all. I mean, bottom of the lineup Volpe with some good hits.
Yeah, he had a hit. I tweet about this. He had a hit on a low and away sinker, and he's had problems with the outside part of the zone. And at one point, I was Googling this about Volpe because he had never had a hit on that pitch. Low and away, like executed sinker this year. And then I was like, well, maybe, it seems like from a righty to a righty.
Right.
Maybe that seems like a tough pitch. And then I went and looked around and like, yes, that's one of the tougher pitches for righties to hit when it looks like it's outside and it snakes back in. But yeah, he looks good. He made some plays at short too, just soundly. We didn't talk about Gleyber at all. And I think if they didn't sweep, Gleyber's getting an MFer, his stats drop. His defense took a crazy hit in the 3 games. He had a lot of them. 2 errors. Play in the 3rd game wasn't there, so thank God they won. And he avoided that. But let's get happy. You know?
Defense was bad. We saw Oswaldo pop in at first in one game. Like me some Oswaldo. No at-bats in this series.
I like Oswaldo too.
So I don't know, Gleyber.
Ooh.
As Jimmy would say, go then.
Yeah.
Jazz
All right.
looks good at 3rd. You can keep 2nd.
For now.
So let's go then.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Go Yanks.
Please.
Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.